A Democrat senator is now declaring a popular revolt if the Supreme Court affirms the Second Amendment.
If the Supreme Court eventually says that states or the Congress can't pass universal background checks or can't take these assault weapons off the streets, I think there's going to be a popular revolt over that policy. A court that's already pretty illegitimate is going to be in full crisis mode.
This is not just some talking head pundit mouthing off on NBC News. This is a sitting U.S. senator. This is a Democrat political leader saying, I'll tell you, the court's not legitimate. One of the three branches of government, it's not legitimate. And so if they uphold the American tradition of self-protection and the Second Amendment and the Constitution, I just think there's going to be a popular revolt. Well, it's a nice society you got there. It's a nice courthouse you got there. It's a nice civil society. Sure would be a shame if there were a popular revolt, wouldn't it? Supreme Court, I think you know what to do. Talking like a mobster. And this is what they always do. This is what they did during BLM. You're going to oppose some of the radical BLM demands. You're not going to give zillions of dollars to far left-wing groups to fund left-wing politicians. You're not going to acquiesce to the leftist policies. Oh, it's a nice business you got. Sure would be a shame if something happened to it. That's what they always tell us. What Democrat Chris Murphy is calling for here is no less than an insurrection. And he's framing his advocacy of such a thing as mere prediction. But it's not mere prediction because he's saying that the court's illegitimate. So he's saying the court has lost legitimacy. And I tell you, if I were a gambling man, I would imagine there might be a popular revolt. The simple sentences that Chris Murphy uttered on Meet the Press are a far more serious type of insurrection than anything that happened around January 6th, the worst day in the history of politics. It's not even close. And this is what they do. This is what they regularly do. And this is why very few things get me angry. I'm pretty even-tempered, very cool. But when the squishes take the bait, and for every stupid lie that they cook up about Donald Trump, they've been cooking up one lie more preposterous than the next since the 2016 campaign, all the way up to the level of the CIA director and the FBI director and the president of the United States. When the squishes buy into this stuff, when they buy into the language around the insurrection, give me a break. The libs regularly call for insurrections. They just did so on national TV. I guess that's the difference. When the conservatives do an insurrection, it's an eccentric horn hat guy dancing around the Capitol rotunda with police protection, getting a private tour of the Capitol. It's a granny taking a picture in the Capitol rotunda. And when the Democrats call for an insurrection, they call for a popular revolt. They support violence in the streets, and they do so on national television. That's the difference.